What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tarmac Obsession. So this episode is going to be a few little bits and pieces I'm doing rather than any big things. So obviously last episode the motor went back in. This episode I've got to do stuff like fit the tail shaft, fit the gear shifter. I've tidied all the brake lines up, everything's back in together now. I'm just going to go around the car. Basically I've got a few days. Well, today is the 16th of January 2021. So on the 19th, which is Tuesday coming up, the Z's done at the panel shop. So the boys called me yesterday and I can come pick it up on Tuesday. So I want to get, basically want to get this at a stage where I can send it straight out, have all the intercooler piping done, the exhaust all made up, and then over to get the electrical sorted. But I want it to be able to run. So yeah, like if they need to start it and crank it, and they can get the engine running, which is okay. But I need to do a few things just to get to that stage, I guess. So today's episode is going to be me doing that and getting all that sorted out, and hopefully don't run into any more problems. I've got a couple little bits and pieces to do. Like I said, this little stuff, I'll go around and I'll show you what I've done as I've done it, but a little bit of time lapsing on the way through. So I hope you enjoy the episode, guys. Cheers. So like I just explained, I did do a little bit of work during the week. So I got all the GK Tech brake, ABS delete, all tightened up and buttoned up, ready to go. I made a bracket here for the power steering reservoir. Now it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way the bracket looks and everything sort of runs nicely down here. But with the way the housing's faced at the moment, it gets pretty close on this side. So what I'm going to do is just undo these housing bolts and just spin the housing around more, just so that outlet comes sort of out this way, and that'll give me a nice angle, nice 90 degree, and then straight down through for the intercooler piping, and nice and low, which means the intake can sit up a lot higher. So the filter will sit up this way, and I'll have a bit of a cold air intake made up from here, dragging from the bumper, so that'll look good. Want to get the breather mounted up somewhere today. I want to get the fuel lines connected up today. And I want to try and lay the harness out and over today as well to see where that goes. I've ordered the top and bottom radiator hoses, so I might throw the radiator just in place. I won't actually refit it because I think getting that bottom hose on with where it is pretty tough. But yeah, so should be some good progress today, and also get tail shaft in, which is good, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, should be some good progress today. I hope you enjoy the episode. Those little jobs are now done, so we've got the feed line and return line and the fuel lines all sorted out, so that's all finished up. Rotated the housing, you probably saw in that time lapse, just rotated it just enough. So now I've got a bit of clearance under here to be able to come around with it. I fitted this a little different. I took a bit off the top of the bracket where I made it before, so that's all in there tight, a little cable tie holding it, and it's tight enough over so that the pipe will be able to come around now and then in. Just had a quick look around to try and work out where I can mount this. Not sure where that's going to go really. Down here is probably the easiest spot, but I'll look online and see where other people have mounted theirs. It's pretty big, it's actually pretty long. So what I'm going to do now is actually throw in the shifter, which is down there, but I've also got a GK Tech brass bush to install on that first. So I'm going to install that, and I'm going to throw the shifter back in. I've ordered a new boot for this bottom bit because that was all perished. I've got the top one that's up there, so I'm just going to throw it back in now so I can get it into change gears, and when I get the car back from all the work that's getting done, I'll be able to put that boot back on. So I'm going to chuck this in and move on to the next thing. So these bushes are just nylon, so they should just come off pretty easy. Just going to see how hard it's going to be to get it off. Just trying to get the right angle on it. There you go. That's off there. I'm just going to bang a little bit of grease on the ball, and then I can throw the brass one on. Just a little bit of grease on there. Just hopefully just press on. There we go. Yep, nice and easy. Pretty easy mod, and it stops all the slop and the play in the gearbox. So let's chuck the shifter back in. So these C-clips are under a bit of tension, so just wear glasses when you put these in because I've seen them fly all over workshops before. They should pop straight back in, come out pretty easy. Simple. It's a pretty straightforward job really. If you had to start from scratch to take it all out, take out the shifter, put the new bush on it, put it all back together. If you allowed yourself 30 minutes, you'd be pretty easy to get that done. So I'm going to jump under the car, put the tail shaft in, and it's going to be hard as hell to film that, so I'll just show what it looks like when it's done. But yeah, I'll be under the car for half an hour I reckon. That tail shaft is in. Tight squeeze. It's up and in. Yeah, you can see it there. Had to just put some new bolts in the center there. The back piece was actually already fitted, so I had to spare one of those. While I was under here, actually, the high case has been removed, so I just cable tied all the wiring up and connected the fuel pump wiring again, and I also just tidied up and connected up the clutch slave cylinder. This is my feed wire for my reverse lights. I've still got to work out speedo drive and that sort of stuff, but that's nothing too serious. I should be able to work that out pretty easy. On to the next thing now. Whew. So I think now is the perfect time for me to attempt to get this engine harness back in the car. So I'm going to give it a whirl. It should go in pretty easy. I've labelled everything so I know where everything sort of plugs into. Obviously there's some different angles with that forward facing manifold, so I'm going to lay it in as best I can. I have to cut some bits out and straighten them up with some tape after, but I'm going to get the engine harness in now. So enjoy the time lapse. Well, I've got the harness in, and you probably saw the time, so it went pretty easy. Few little things. I took the hard plastics off up here and down here so I can get that all in nicely. The old Freddy harness, the old Freddy manifold, everything's sort of as it should be, where it should be to connect back up again. So that's pretty good. So only things I've got to do now, I think I can route this main piece of the harness under the manifold, so come down through here underneath and pop up, so it's a lot neater on the top. Also, the 3 connectors here for the air bypass stuff, so they're too short obviously because that used to sit up here, so I've got to cut them, connect them, and then resolder them there. I've also got to resolder that one down there, if you probably can torch maybe. Oh, yeah, that one down the bottom. Come on, focus. Focus! That's not going to focus. There's one down there. Oh, there it is. But, lucky win today, when I was down there, the bolt for that gold bolt that I've just fitted, there was no bolt in that. It's got a new steering rack in it because it's got written R34 on the steering rack, like from the wreckers, and whoever reinstalled it never reinstalled that bolt. So that spline, that rusty spline, was just poked in, and that was it. It was just flopping around. So man, that could have been disastrous for someone. That's crazy. But yeah, that's all good down there. So I've got to connect those wires up, solder that up, fix this up, and also got to work out where that one goes, because that's the harness next to the injector harness. The plugs just next to each other. So yeah, I can work out where that one goes, and then yeah, move on from that point. So I'm pretty much done for today. I'm going to do some research on where I can mount this, because there is nowhere I can see easy to mount it. I mean, that over there kind of looks like the most realistic spot to chuck it. If I can sort of get it up in there somewhere, and then I can get the hoses run across. But I'll have a look at that tonight and see where everyone else is putting theirs. And yeah, I'm going to call it a day for today because I'm bloody tired. Well, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you're enjoying it from the cockpit of the R34. So hopefully one day soon we'll be able to take it out for a drive and give it a run and sort of get all the gremlins out of it. I know that this stage now, what we're working towards is getting it mechanically done, like I said, the piping and the electrical, so it starts and runs. It's still actually registered, the car never was unregistered, so that's good, so I don't have to put over the pits. But obviously that's going to be pretty much stage 1 of stage 5 stages, and you know, I've got to get it back, all the gremlins got to get out of it, all the things that are wrong with it, all the servicing, all the replacement stuff, all the oil leaks, all the water leaks, got to fix all that stuff. Then because we're running Power FC, going to send off for a tune, and hopefully, you know, I don't know what, with this combo, I don't know, maybe if I can make sort of 400 horsepower, I'd be pretty happy. Just go from there, I guess. It's got big injectors, it's got big fuel pump, the big turbo, front manifold, big intercooler, so it's got all the right gear which help make the power. But yeah, I guess we'll just get it tuned and see how we go with it. So hope you're enjoying, and I'm going to do another video tomorrow, sort of more work, probably mounting that overflow, the air tank for the oil separator. So yeah, hope you're enjoying it, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.